What's up, everyone? This is Josh and Junie here with our Week 8 5K Invitational chit chat session. It's been a while. A lot of life things have been going on recently. Junie did this honeymoon thing. I mean, who does that these days?
Lame.
I thought we were in tight times in the economy, and this guy's going off on a honeymoon.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Glad to be back. And the stock market's been kind of crazy too. So today should be a really good episode.
Yeah, it should for sure.
Yeah.
Let me pull up our 5K. We can kind of start there.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's been wild, like honestly, and we'll talk about it. I haven't been doing a whole lot just because of that. Like I've been doing stuff, like I've been trying to rebalance my long-term portfolio. But man, as far as like the 5K and like short-term trades, I've just not been doing anything. Like I played Amazon earnings while things were still, I don't know what you would say, like the vibes were still good. But since then, like I feel like we were in the middle of I don't know if you would say this, Junie, but like a healthy pullback or slowdown in the market.
It feels like it. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on two companies today, actually, or maybe even three. I want to hear your thoughts on Amazon, TSSI, and BMNR, because something we haven't talked about yet is also crypto. Crypto is like right now we're teetering at 93K on Bitcoin. That's crazy. Usually by the time I wake up, crypto is like already rebounded, but like being awake while it's at a new low is like a new local low is it's new. Like we haven't done this in a while. Like intraday market hours. Yeah.
Yeah, usually you see these like liquidation things in like the overnight session or like on the weekend, not during like,
exactly
the active market. So yeah, we can talk about that if you want to start there. We can start with BMNR, and I know you've got some stocks you've been looking at too for your portfolio, I guess, for the 5K account as well. We can talk about those, but we can start with crypto because we haven't talked about crypto in a while, like you said.
Yeah, give me your 1 month projection, aka to the end of the year, and give me your 6 month projection. Up, down, sideways.
I think we're sideways between like the high 80s and I don't know, I'll say low 100s probably. I know, and I'm sure you've seen it too. Tom Lee is still super bullish. And then there was the guy from China with the highest IQ. Did you see that come out today?
Oh my God.
I was like, man.
I think he's a Korean guy.
Oh, is he Korean? Okay. I was like, first thought was like bag holder spotted.
Dude, I just made a comment today on one of those posts. I said like Squid Games has taught me that you can't trust a Korean crypto or a finance bro. Like, wasn't there a dude in
yes,
like he's like one of the contestants?
He was, yeah.
And I felt so entitled to say that because I'm also Korean, so you can't come after me.
You can be biased. You can judge. You can be judgmental.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was that was like the first thing I saw this morning on the socials was this dude. I think they even had him, like MSNBC or somebody might have even shown that this morning. I'm like, come on now.
What are your thoughts on BMNR? You would think that like at the amount that they're buying and maybe with BlackRock also involved, dude, I'm like so 50-50 on whether I think BlackRock is actually in or out. People are like spamming posts about BlackRock selling and liquidating stuff, but really I've seen posts also explaining that it's not that much of their total portfolio of crypto and or it's just money moving. And
I think BlackRock is money moving.
Yeah,
because of IBIT, right? So they have to like hold whatever the underlying is for the ETF. So like ETF has a bunch of outflows. Obviously, you're going to see on-chain stuff for them where they're like selling, and vice versa, right? If you have a bunch of inflows, then they have to have that underlying value. They can't just have they're not supposed to. You can't just have like pretend Bitcoin that's backing their their ETF. So
We figured that out. It's like a Michael Burry Big Short moment. Oh my
yeah,
god.
they don't actually have anything underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You talking about BMNR specifically though?
I am, and it's because I have this like running theory, or not theory, but like this running trade idea. I don't think I like any stock that pretends that I know you're a fan of BMNR, so this is why I come here with this opinion, so I could get like a sort of balance check on it. I don't like stocks that pretend that dilution is a good thing, um, or that have to frame it as a good thing. I see this also at the hymns community too. It's like and these anything to do with like warrants or any sense of like just splitting the shares or giving more shares out or
Yeah,
raising money by
like
like I don't know.
creative financial maneuvers.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Like the best companies I've ever traded have never done that. And
What do you think
that's
about
like
companies like Oracle who are issuing debt?
I don't
Right.
like it. I'm not a fan. Like
Because
that
they're
stuff
it's
is
not like
like
they're a penny stock, right? I mean, they're Oracle.
yeah,
So it's a little scary, I think,
right.
when the hyperscalers start like issuing their own debt against their stock or their company.
Mhm.
Because then you do like what happens if they all get overexposed and like things don't work out the way they think they are with AI, which I mean, I don't think they would do this unless they were almost certain that it was going to work out, like in a way that's going to be revenue accretive to their companies.
Mhm.
But if it
But
doesn't,
they're
it
not
can get
stupid.
really ugly really fast,
Yeah.
right? Like
Shouldn't
if they're in
shouldn't
debt
E
and it
yeah,
crashes,
shouldn't E
like they're done.
mhm. You would think that Ethereum would be able to hold its price a little bit better with a
Well, it's been
like
doing better than
company
Bitcoin, like
okay.
right.
Okay.
So
I haven't
Bitcoin's actually gone down. So Ethereum's still holding, this 31, 3,200 level. Wow.
it better
Yeah. Well, Tom
because
Lee's gonna be in trouble if it doesn't. Um,
exactly, because you have someone, like, dedicated to buy but you know what's also crazy, though? Like, we see some parallels with Michael Saylor and Tom Lee. Michael I has been saying that he's been buying or hodling I don't actually wanna misspeak here, but he's been very pro Bitcoin, and MicroStrategy has been dumping and I think MicroStrategy is also a good example of, like, creative accounting.
yes.
So, I don't know. I see I see just, like a little bit of smoke coming from BMNR that reminds me of like MicroStrategy or like hymns and
Well, you've already seen how it plays out if they don't hold this upper right hand, this MNAV, like their premium
uh-huh.
they trade out. Because the whole thing is they trade out a premium so that then they can issue debt to buy more of the underlying, and it's like
Right.
self, perpetuating cycle. But when they fall below MNAV, you basically get a situation like you had with SBET, which is the other miner who's been below MNAV for a while now.
Mhm.
And I'll show you this chart.
Holy moly.
Hang
What
on,
time frame are we
let
on?
me go a little bit further out.
Holy moly. Oh my goodness.
So this is like where they said they were going to be a treasury, right? It flew through the roof. And then somewhere in here, I don't know where it was at exactly. They fell below MNAV. I think they might have done a split here or reverse. I don't know. Something weird happened. I don't know how it did this gap down, but I remember it squeezed, and a lot of this was just to do with like the share structure. Like, so there was really low outstanding shares, and I
Mhm.
think like just a few people controlled like almost all of the float. So this was like peak Ethereum hype, like treasury, like BMNR came out right after this too with their treasury. So this was around that time. And what was this? In the beginning of June. I think Tom Lee launched BMNR the 1st of July, if I remember right. So this was that June, July ETH hype time frame. And then this thing has collapsed. And since then, like it hasn't been able to get up off the floor. Like even when ETH was going up in the end of August or whenever we had our last pump, this didn't really do anything because they've been below MNAV the whole time. So they've been having to, they can't just issue shares at a premium. They're actually when they're issuing, it's like a real dilution. So they're just
Mhm.
diluting shareholders. Um, so unless Ethereum really takes back off, like they're not going to get out from under that. They're just diluting you constantly.
And the way to
So
get
like,
out of
yeah, go ahead.
to get MNAV
Let me see if I can.
up while Ethereum goes down is, I mean, you're just forced to be buying more. Do you know, does BMNR have the capabilities or plan on using straight cash for it, or do they only plan on ever using the premium?
Well, the only way they get once they run out of cash, which I think they're getting close to doing. Like
Because he was really aggressive when
right,
when this came up.
these last few weeks they spent a lot of money. Well, once they run out of cash, they can just sit and do nothing, or they have to issue shares underneath their premium. So now it's like truly dilutive. Like there is no premium. You're actually making it whatever the opposite of a premium is where you're at
Right.
that point.
Okay.
Um,
That's good
so it
to
would be
know.
like that would be more like a company who's in financial distress issuing shares. Like once they're below MNAV, they're like a company
Uh,
who's running out of money, issuing shares to raise money to stay in business.
yeah. Oof.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
So it's not good. I mean, if it holds, it'll be fine. But I never really loved trade. Like I like BMNR just because of Tom Lee.
Mhm.
Honestly,
He's
the
he's a
personality
funny
behind it.
guy. He's a
Honestly,
funny guy. Yeah.
that's why it's held up better than SBET. Is the reason it even has that MNAV premium, which is losing now, is it's just all Tom Lee. Because
Mhm.
ETH really, since he launched, ETH hasn't done anything. It's actually lost value. So BMNR holding this MNAV is kind of impressive. Like it's just Tom Lee is like Atlas holding up the earth, on his
Yeah.
back
Oh my
for
god.
this stock. Like, and I mean, he goes on CNBC like once a week and pumps crypto.
Mhm.
And at some point, like if ETH or Bitcoin don't bounce, I don't think the market has to drop. And I think you're seeing that now because what is the SPY and QQQ are green today?
They are. It hurts
I
my
think
soul
people are
deep
just going to
down.
get bored with the crypto narrative and just move their money somewhere else, whether that's equities or treasuries or whatever. Probably equities if they're risk on, right? If they're a crypto trader, they're probably just going to go buy, I don't know,
Some high
some
beta thing.
high beta company that's a stock
Yeah.
that is actually moving. Because I mean,
Mhm.
if you've been trading ETH for like the past 2 months and it's really done nothing except go down, at some point you're just like, all right, I'm tired of this. I've been watching, some small cap stock that's actually moving that I
Mhm.
can either buy puts on or calls on and like make money and not just watch my account slowly bleed out in Ethereum. People are just going to sell and move back into the stock market.
Yep. That's been my sort of, that's a real take. Like, you have someone that's like a professional coming in here and they're like, well, that's no reason to like switch your like vessel of capital. But yeah, retail, that's how we think. It's like, oh man, I don't want to just sit here and do nothing. I want to actually have action. And so it's so
Right.
real.
Yes, I mean, I still have some shares. I have some like I have one ETH. I actually like. I'm getting to the point now where I'm kind of back to for long term.
Uh-huh.
Just buy the crypto. Just buy ETH. Like don't buy a treasury company.
Yeah.
I think when the market is volatile, the treasury companies are fun because you can like there's a lot of premium. So like if you want to sell
Yeah.
puts, calls, or buy,
And
if you
they're
want to take
expensive for a reason. Lots of
right.
volatility premium in there.
So I mean, kind of is what it is. Like
Mhm.
I think they're getting close to being in trouble though. Like just to go back to BMNR, like they need this level to hold. I mean, if it fell to like 2,700 or something, I think they'll just disappear. Kind of like MicroStrategy was really hot in 2021, right?
Yeah.
And Sailor was everywhere. And then as soon as we went to the bear market, like you didn't see that dude anymore. Like he just
No.
disappeared. Like he was still going to like the conferences and stuff, but you did not see him on TV. You did not see him. Like he would occasionally post on social media if he made a purchase, which it's funny. Like he made all of these purchases above like 90K and over 100K. But in 2022, when Bitcoin was like 16K, they made barely any purchases.
Wow.
Which is always funny to me. It's like if he's some
Yeah.
great mastermind of, and I think there might be like a Sailor tracker or that showed this, like where all their buys are. I think he even posts it. But most of them have been at really high levels. It's almost like he's just one of us degens who like likes to buy things when they're going up and likes to not buy things when they're going down. Let's see if this one has it. And I will say, I mean, he posts the same charts on his YouTube, so it's not like he's hiding it. But
Damn, 190,000 Bitcoin. Imagine.
dude, I can't. I don't like this chart though. It doesn't show you. Does it do dates? Yeah. So you can see they're investing it as it's going up. And then from literally the best time to have bought Bitcoin, which is February of 22 until June of 23, they made no investments.
Interesting. I never even knew this
Then it
chart
started
existed.
going up again, and the dude started buying again.
I see.
Like,
Wow.
and I get it. Some of it's like the premium thing, right? If there was no premium to NAV, then like, but I still think they could have done their creative accounting, right? Where they, I don't know, issued their corporate debt, right, at a certain percentage for 10 years. I don't honestly, I still don't understand how they managed not to like buy. They bought almost nothing when it was dirt fucking cheap.
I remember during that time, I remember seeing that. And I was thinking, oh, it's too expensive at 16. It's too expensive at 18. It'll go down to
I
a
was waiting
greedy
for 10.
number. Yeah, I think everyone was waiting for 10. That's, oh man. I was living with like 4 other dudes at that time in my life. And yeah, we would like wake up in the morning, talk about Bitcoin falling, and man, yeah, it's so stupid looking back. I should have bought some, but it's you just live with those mistakes.
But that's just kind of just goes to show. I think people forget that a lot of these strategy, fund strat, and then like strategy, the investors for BMNR and for Bitcoin, I mean, they're just people too. And they're just making educated guesses, really what it is at what, the equity or crypto is going to do. And they can be wrong. I mean, you just look at what's his name? Tom Wilson, who was like not JP Morgan, but maybe Morgan Stanley's head of investment strategy during the bear market. And he just stayed bearish for like a year after we made the bottom. And they fired him. I mean, he got fired. He used to come on CNBC all the time and like talk his bearish take. And SPY had, was up 10% or 20% off the bottom and was almost back to where it was before before we had the bear market in 2022. And he was still coming on air being bearish. I mean, this is the head of investment strategy at Morgan Stanley. And he was so wrong for so long, they ended up firing him. So even the smartest people out there, they can be wrong. So just be careful who you listen to.
If Bitcoin was at 80K, right, and it dipped down to 16, I mean, right now it's at 120. Does it dip down to 30? That I think is like some of the most frightening parts of why like I don't personally trade Bitcoin as heavily as some of my like other friends is there's no protection. Like you can have it's just way too crazy. Growing up with like do you remember in like 2017? I say this like it's a year of wine. in 2017, like I remember coming back home because this was back when like I just like graduated college, and then I was at my like first big boy job in tech. I go home, the crypto rally is happening. It's like Christmas time. I'm visiting my parents, and like literally all my friends from like this small town are back, and we're all at like a bar, and then crypto is like to the moon. And then from 2017, we had like a huge market. I'd call it a crash. You know,
Yeah.
altcoin had its season two, and it crashed down. And then we had the stuff in 2020, the 2022, the inflation woes and everything happening. There's no way that like that idea couldn't be entertained right now, and that it could be not worse. I would not call it I would not call whatever happens from a crash worse. I will say that it makes it more possible, meaning that like in 2017, there wasn't like MicroStrategy wasn't like a retail stock everybody knew. In 2017, there wasn't like BM&R. Like I just feel like with all these companies doing the creative financing around Bitcoin and Ethereum, it doesn't necessarily mean that like Bitcoin will go to zero the next time it crashes. I just think it has more and more of a chance to actually do that 4x correction downwards. So, and then that obviously has ripples in the market. Like I think that like, you know, Bitcoin goes down to 30. I think everybody has a problem. It's not just Bitcoin people. But yeah, this is just me kind of perking my ears up.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, it's concerning. I don't. I mean, it's. I feel like people are getting too concentrated in too few things, and the crypto
Yeah.
space, Ethereum and Bitcoin are kind of the same boat, right? So when you do have like a major event, the potential for a really big pullback really fast is high because
Yeah.
people will get liquidated who are on margin, and then the people after that, the people who are still in that weren't on margin but see this, giant red candle, they just sell out of panic, and then it just spirals, right? And
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the chart, and this is the weekly, let me go back to the daily. I'm pretty sure we just made a death cross. If you
Oh,
believe that it
dude.
goes good,
Yes.
we just did a death cross right
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we did that was honestly it was the bottom in April of this year. But I think the difference between now and April is I think April was way scarier because people thought we were going to get these 150% tariffs on countries, and they thought that would just kill like the economy. And that didn't really happen, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so we rallied. Now, what is it? What is there really to be afraid of?
Fear.
Than the
Just
jobs
fear.
numbers?
I the the omission of jobs numbers was crazy. That's
Yes.
also something that happened too. I feel like the world just like it would try to end itself while we were gone. Like I don't know what it was, but yeah, the last time Bitcoin dumped was because of the tariffs. I agree with you, and that's an idea that I've been like holding on to as well. And that this time there's kind of less merit, don't you think? Like this one's just seems way more emotional. Maybe people that are getting laid off actually had a large amount of crypto. Crypto is probably the first thing that you let go.
Especially
Maybe.
for up, right? Because a lot
Yeah.
of people are taking almost everybody. If they bought a year ago or a year
Yeah.
and a half ago, they're green. So you're just like, all right, I'm just going to sell it because I've made money, and I'm going to take that money to, have support, while I'm searching for a job or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, because, right, I mean, and I think gold could do the same thing. Like, have you been? I haven't even looked at gold. Let's look at gold.
I opened a cash secure put on gold and it got to minus 50%. My timing.
Yeah. So,
Oh my god.
I mean, gold is looking it's looking kind of toppy
It's
too. I mean,
chopped. It's chopped.
it's
Yeah, as your kids might say, it's chopped, dude.
yeah.
There's no way.
I don't like the way that chart. Actually, let's add Bitcoin with it and just see.
Hmm.
Ugh. But Bitcoin, I
What?
feel like would maybe lead.
What
gold.
is that? Or does that add your EMAs? That literally just puts your chart on top of it. Is that what it does?
It is. It
With your
throws the market
indicators on
off.
there? That's kind of cool. What the hell?
So yeah, it's showing Bitcoin overlaid with whatever chart I had open, which was gold.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but if gold follows Bitcoin, then it's in for a bad time because Bitcoin's already pooping its pants. Um, I think gold, like you said, would, or I think Bitcoin, like you said, would be the first thing to get sold off. I think something like non-physical gold, like people who are just in the stocks that track spot value, I
Uh-huh.
think that'd be pretty high up too, because it's like, why am I even holding this? Like it's not doing anything for me.
Yeah.
Money because I'm unemployed. I think that would get dumped too. Now, if you hold physical gold, that's different, right? You might just, I mean, just it's
You're too
harder to
lazy to go to the
get it
store.
that
Let's be
quickly.
real. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just go on an app and click a button and get that money back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that changes, things a little bit. But yeah, the
Gosh.
TLDR on BMNR is it's in a really shaky spot, and crypto in general just feels weird because I don't have any major reason. Like a third war didn't just start. China hasn't attacked Taiwan. You know, the Fed hasn't come out and said that they definitely won't cut rates in December. They still might cut, right? And then it's like, well,
Wait, is that the newest, is that like the most up-to-date info? Like that they're not gonna cut? And then I
that
thought they
is.
were gonna cut. That's my,
Oh man, you've been gone too long,
what
brother.
does SIBO say or whatever?
Oh, it's like 50-50. At least last time I looked, it's like a coin toss. Um, survey says, yeah, 50, 60, 40.
All right, what okay, this is this is this is funny. What does Polymarket say? Polymarket
You use
rate cut.
Polymarket and not Robinhood. I'm offended.
Does Robinhood also have bets on this right now?
Fed cut? Yeah.
I'm on Legend right now.
I don't think it. I don't know if it does it on Legend. I know you can go to like the. Here you go, dude. It's like 50-50.
Oh, it
So
matches. Okay.
yeah, it really is 50-50 ish. It's really not much different. Like what was the other one? 60-40, and this is 55-45.
Isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts how impactful this rate cut would be? And it's at a 50-50. Like you can imagine why. That's why volatility is so high right now. Like if you don't know that they're going to cut or not, but also before '08, I mean, I know '08 had underlying structure that was heavily faulted, but like
Yeah,
before '08 crash happened, there was a rate cut. Like it truly was like a feeling of like, oh my God, we can keep going. And then it just like fell through the floor.
yeah.
So
Robinhood. Let me
or
go
do you
back.
want the cut or no?
I think they need to cut.
Yeah. I think too many people have lost their jobs.
Yeah, I think they
To be
need to
real.
cut. Yeah, we'll go back and look at '08. Yeah, because '08 we had a big dip, and it was like, oh, we're so back, we're making a new all-time high, and then it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those, right, where it came down, it started coming back up, and then people probably bought back in, and they got rinsed over and over again all the way down. Um, yeah, I think they need to cut because of the jobs and because oil was like sub
Dude.
6 barrel. It's so cheap. There's no way inflation is going to be that bad. Like it might
Yeah.
hold steady, but it's
Uh-huh.
definitely going up with oil at $58 a barrel.
But maybe it's not energy. Maybe
So
it's,
that's the largest input.
oh, is it? Okay.
By far, everything is energy, right? But look at this. It's
Damn.
it's at the lowest level it's basically been at since right after COVID, and people weren't even driving in early 2021. The people were still working from home.
Damn.
So
Why is my gas so expensive then? Yeah, I feel like how's your pump? Like at the gas station, is it
it's pretty
decent?
expensive. Yeah, I feel like it's pretty expensive.
How does that happen? How does that work? It's like Oil's down. What the hell? I don't know. I'm always appalled. I try to pretend that I understand this stuff, but oh my goodness, doesn't make sense to me. The Nvidia earnings are also this week. That's
I think
something that
gas
I'm
is
also
up.
wanted.
Sorry, before we move on, I think gas is up because the holiday is this week. So I think it's just the gas stations just have it higher because people are getting ready to travel. I don't think it's really indicative.
You're
I think
right.
it'll go right back down after Thanksgiving, and then it'll go back up again right before Christmas.
Yeah, I
Season,
paid $5.10
yeah,
per gallon. It was just
that's insane.
yeah.
It's like 370 here, but that's for premium. I have to put premium in my car.
I
Let's see.
put premium in my car too. 510 is my price.
That's terrible.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Move to North Carolina, then you can
No,
pay
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
6%
good.
less.
No.
Dude,
Maybe.
weather's it is 60 and sunny here. It's just like San Diego right now in North Carolina.
You know, that's the weather that I have when I visit my parents. 60 and sunny.
Yeah.
Sometimes 60 and foggy too, but like 60 and sunny. That I understand that weather. It's very good. That's top tier.
Sorry, you were saying about Nvidia.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? You're the TSSI guy, so maybe that's a good segue.
Don't even start me on that. Anybody that wants to hear my thoughts on TSSI, go watch
Dude,
earnings video. I'm so
you were
disgusted.
right on Amazon. You know, sometimes you can't win on every single one. It'd be boring. Let's be real.
True. Yeah, I think TSSI is, unless they form a new partnership with another like big company outside of Dell, I think they're cooked because Dell is building their own business that does the same thing that TSSI does. And I think as soon as their contract ends in 2027, they'll just say, thanks for your service. We'll take it from here. And if they don't get serious about finding a new customer to get business from, they're done.
Oh,
Yeah. I stopped liking it.
Okay.
And
So
they've missed earnings twice in a row. And they were net income negative for the first time in like 7 quarters this past quarter, which was
yikes, that's really bad in this environment.
Yeah, it's with the new facility running. So yeah, I moved on.
Did you for no. We'll just move on to Nvidia then. So what are your thoughts on sort of how Nvidia I saw this coming from like 3 weeks ago. I felt like everything was just gonna be on Nvidia's shoulders like Atlas, like we've mentioned a few times. I think this has happened almost 3 or 4 quarters in a row where people have shared that meme where Nvidia is holding earnings for everybody. Right. It just seems like that this time of year per quarter is really impactful. Where do you think Nvidia will go? With everyone selling too. You see some big people selling their positions and stuff on Twitter.
I started a position today. I have one whole share of Nvidia. As you can see here, I am up $2.37.
Go fuck
yourself. Dude, I think it's probably priced in, but I also kind of feel like the sell-off is already priced in. Like it had extended too far. And I think this pullback is them just coming back to where the expectations will be for earnings.
What's that red line? That's a 200?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's way down here. And it's way down here at like the previous top. Right. So, I mean, if you really wanted to find like a great area of support, it's probably down here. The 200.
Because who's the who sold out of Nvidia?
Yeah, somebody, Peter Thiel. Was it Peter Thiel?
Yeah. Yes.
Sold 100%. Yeah.
You would do so well on a stock trivia show or a in-app competition.
Yeah, I consume way too much content. I mean, it's like while I work, I just listen to people talk, and I just pick it up that way. But
so
yeah,
Nvidia, I've always traded Nvidia since like I started options trading. Like it's been like one of my most comfort stocks um
Oh
that I
yeah,
trade.
it's
And
SoftBank too. SoftBank sold all of theirs also. So
right.
yeah, it's several people have, like you said, and he's mentioning here that it feels like a lot of people are dumping Nvidia. Like, and it's
So
weird that
it's
they're dumping all of it.
yeah, it's
It's like
this
part of it,
earnings. You know how people rip on Kathy Woods for like selling her position of like Coinbase and then Coinbase rips and all this stuff.
right?
Now we have two very notable, not two notable figures, I guess is a proper term, SoftBank and Peter Thiel. If Nvidia goes up from here, that is just really two good data points that we can have for now on. It's like, yes, they are truly just people, like regular people trying to time the market. And if Nvidia actually goes up, that's going to be really, to me, that's going to be really reassuring. It goes down. I think that's that sort of news only makes the dip harder. But I have 300 shares with 3 covered calls on right now. And I'm dude, even with covered calls on, I'm like hesitant on writing through earnings, to be honest. Because as much as a 50-50 as it is, I
Right.
feel like right now, I think you need a little bit more. Well, I've had this thought for more than just, I guess, now, but when the market's really volatile like this, taking positions into earnings are already very 50-50, but I think that when you can have a better edge, for example, when you were very high conviction on Robinhood, felt like you had a very heavily weighted coin every time you made a bet, even if you were wrong sometimes on some of the timing. But overall, it's like you're flipping a coin that flips heads most of the time. Right now is not the time where I think semiconductor stocks are have that weighted coin anymore. We have been getting really good performance from semis for like years now, and we'll just see like if Peter Thiel and SoftBank selling was one of the first signs. Also, you know what else happened? Michael Burry closed Scion
Yeah.
or is closing, dude. what what is going on? What is happening, dude? Oh
I
my!
think I think he got out for to like
Start his own little
personally.
shop.
I think he's like gonna try and yeah, so where he can just do his own thing. It might even be so he doesn't have to report, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that he thinks
It's
that
kind of
people are like
spooky that
targeting him.
like he's so confident that he's like, I'm just gonna dissolve my hedge fund so that I can personally short this and not have to report positions. Which is, I don't know, that another thing that I noticed recently is, and I don't know if you picked up on it.
Hmm.
I feel like Jensen has gotten a little more defensive about China. Like
He needs that
previous
deal to happen.
the last couple of years, I think, or since Trump has taken office mainly, he's kind of played ball um, with whatever the White House puts out, like the chip situation with China. But was it like last week or the week before last? He came out and pretty much like he didn't slam the administration directly, but he was like, if we allow them to develop their own chips and they don't depend on us for Blackwell, like we are going to lose the AI race. Like he just straight up said it. And you can tell when he talks about it, like he just seems more defensive when people ask him about it. And I'm makes me a little nervous that he knows that they're gonna miss if they don't have China.
Correct. Correct. I
And
mean, they created Blackwell scaled down chips that got denied by the whatever organization that does it.
yeah,
Yeah. So
NSA.
that's
I don't know.
obviously going to hit guidance. And I think Nvidia guiding down is Monka S. That's like
I think
super
that
bad.
the demand has been so high everywhere else to this point that it hasn't hurt them because they're just making so much money that the China not being there has not hurt like the overall like trajectory of their
Uh-huh.
revenues. But I think as soon as it starts to like level out everywhere else in the world, and then China not being there, and that trajectory changes, even if it's still going up just not as fast up, it's going to sell off. That's what I'm worried about. Even if they're good, right? So even if they beat, if the rate of change quarter to quarter or to year starts to slow down significantly, people are going to sell it. I think that's why is what maybe SoftBank and Peter Thiel see is
Yeah, I think
influence.
I think it's called a crossover trade. I'm trying. I think it's when like something has gone up so high in your portfolio. I mean, let's be real. Like they didn't buy at the top and then sell at the top. Like they're exiting very profitable positions on Nvidia. Um, when your position's up that high, you get to a point where future gains don't seem as possible. And so your risk reward is just much better taking all those gains off the table and then putting it into other maybe high beta stocks that have been impacted that you can make more on, maybe also with like less cost. You take all of that capital, put it in low as smaller stocks, mid cap maybe, and then you're kind of just chilling. Nvidia keeps going up, you scale back in. Nvidia tanks, you just save millions, possibly billions of dollars. Yeah, I can see the thought process in it, especially since like I'm trying to, I don't know, I'm kind of getting kind of a little crafty in my trades too. I'm slinging around more like just raw shares these days, um, because I'm trying to like sort of time it. It's been fun. Not sure how performant it's been, but it's been fun. I can see the approach. You want to get rid of your 50-50 coin flip, put it in like your more heavily weighted coin flips that are cheaper at lower cost, maybe raise cash a little bit. Don't spend all of it on the smaller stocks and you're chilling. It's good.
Agreed.
Oh my God, dude. That
This is exactly what I'm thinking. Like
it
it
could.
breaks
Could.
under that shelf
Yeah.
that
Uh-huh.
was resistance and then support, and then it comes back up, retests it, gets more people in, and then it fails to break back above, and then it just goes
You
down.
know what's just disgusting is like that is you know how you and me share to each other sometimes the oh honey double top meme,
Yeah.
dude.
Stop
Look.
selling or stop buying.
Yeah.
It's not a double top.
Look at this. Look at that. Look at just like zoom in on that thing, man. Like at the very top there. Oh my goodness. Like devil horns and everything. Two red can't. Oh my gosh.
I mean,
It's
I,
almost beautiful. That's like a textbook example. You could take a screenshot, put that on Investopedia, and it's perfect.
yeah. I don't. I mean, I think I'm gonna find that meme. Oh, come on! It's got to be like the most popular one. Why is
Oh,
this?
you gotta go to the images tab.
On Yahoo
Go
anyway.
to the images tab. Go to the images tab. You type in google.com and do.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you're not on Chrome. You're not on Chrome. You're on Chrome. It's cool. It's cool.
I'm on Safari.
Right.
There we go.
Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Babe, please don't stop shorting. It's not going down. Please stop. This is our rent money. Double top.
But yeah, I could see something like this, like just from a. And then honestly, if it did fail if it falls through and fails to break back out above that level, then you're probably revisiting like down here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Is what 150, and honestly, 150 is just a nice round number to fall to.
Yeah.
That people are mentally already have it in their head. They're like, "Ooh, if Nvidia ever gets back to 150, I'm gonna load the boat." Because
And they never
it's
do.
like the same with 100, right? Didn't they basically? Yeah, they did. They pretty much did it right here at 100. Same thing, twice. Fell down to 100, got bought up both times. It's just one of those mental levels, and the same reason it failed at 150. It's just like a nice humans are weird.
Yeah, and there are biases towards bigger numbers crossing over for the first time, and a blue sky breakout of crossing above 100. You love to see those. Like that's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened right here where it broke out. Look where it broke 100 for the first time, like significantly.
Uh-huh.
and then look where it broke 150 for the first time and held it.
Yeah.
It's just
We
can't make
we
it up.
feel safe. We feel safe.
Yeah. I'd probably be this is the area where I would probably start adding heavily if it gets there. I don't think it should. Um, Bogdan said
Oh,
it's pretty fairly valued, which it is. Like if you look at the price to earnings and everything else fundamentally,
uh-huh.
but that doesn't. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't matter in this market. Fundamentals can
What
be
a
good. If the market wants to sell it, they sell it.
what do you think about Meta then with their CapEx spending or just like sentiment around Meta affecting AI companies, semiconductor companies? Dude, this
I think, dude, Meta is
this is going to be the sickest rebound ever. And just as a side note, I feel like 1 out of 4 people that I know own Meta glasses. And half of those people don't even wear glasses. So it's like they're doing something. Like they're doing something.
you got to do
And
this.
they have Instagram and all that stuff, Facebook Marketplace, WhatsApp. Like they're good. But
You got to
this
do this gap
AI stuff,
on here first, Juni, at 400.
shut up, dude. That would be nuts.
Got to
That
feel
would
the
be, you know how many layoffs that would be? You know how
uh,
many layoffs? Oh my god, dude. Zuck or not Zuck, Elon Musk goes in there, fires like 98% of the staff, and then Meta becomes a private company. Oh my god, it's
I
so
think
much.
you're right. They have all these good products, so they'll be fine because I mean,
Hmm.
Meta prints money with Facebook and Instagram and their advertisement business and marketplace. And they have all these things and the glasses, which is a relatively new, revenue stream for them. Um, I think the concern for me, did you listen to their earnings call?
No, I did not.
So he got asked about like the roadmap, more or less, like what is Meta's
Okay.
for AI, and what Mark is now saying, like the super intelligence is what he says they're going after, is like their next thing um, that they're going
They
to
have the
spend.
data to do it. Maybe.
But when they asked him about like specifics, like how do you plan to do this, it like they gave a very non-answer answer. Like if I
Oh.
was somebody looking for like investing in them because I was confident that they were like had a plan to do it,
Hmm.
they just didn't sound like they were to me.
Didn't their head of AI leave to start a startup?
Yeah.
An AI startup?
Yeah, that was like this past week too or something. It's been in the last 2 weeks.
Oh my
He gave a
goodness.
very hand wavy answer, like, yeah, we're gonna push for super intelligence, and that's gonna be our next like goal. And like they were like, all right, well, how are you gonna do that? Or like, what is your plan to get there? And then he gave like
Well,
literally,
and how do you make money off of it too? Like what? Yeah.
and I was like, this sounds a lot like Reality Labs, like
Oh,
the metaverse that never made any money, that they spent hundreds of billions of dollars on for it to like do nothing.
I think, I brought up that they have Instagram, WhatsApp, and all these services. The service is growing. I mean, I'm sure that they have reached total market saturation. It's like more people joining is just like kids growing up, and then they eventually create an account. When it comes to like all this spending for their new innovations and whatever they have to create that new revenue stream, they are trading. I can't imagine being in Meta right now, in Meta stock. Like they have to. They're trying to find the answer in a time where like they're the people that everyone makes an example of. Like, look how much Meta is spending, and everyone's looking at their capex, and it's a lot. Like, I can't imagine justifying playing this volatility. Like, I hold Meta, it goes down. Like, how am I gonna justify it going down? Besides, like, oh, I'm just gonna buy more in my long term portfolio and see it go down even more. It's like, uh, for Nvidia, for example, Nvidia goes down number one in GPUs and AI chips. It's like
They have a
there's
moat
nine.
that's like
Exactly.
unbreakable. Like no one
Yes.
is gonna break that moat for a very long time.
Correct. But you get meta and you're like, I'm pretty sure that there are like 30 cohorts in the Y Combinator season this season that are trying to create some AI solution. Like, I don't know. I don't see it. I honestly don't see it, but I'm excited for the rebound. It sounds like a really cool opportunity for calls. Like high beta calls, like the highest of all betas. Like I feel like the market would rip if meta caught momentum, but I don't see it. I was hoping you would like fire me up about it. I don't
I'm
see it.
sorry, I did the opposite.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was the call. Like I didn't like it. Not gonna lie, it
Uh-huh.
gave me TSSI vibes.
Yeah.
Like
I
where I
trust
just,
you. You're very good with the vibes. You're very good.
and I think this is why it has just continued to sell off after the initial earnings sell off. Is just there's nothing there outside of the glasses that is something I can physically see that they're doing to get excited about.
Mhm.
Like maybe they do achieve this super intelligence or whatever Mark has in his head. And that, like I said in the chat, I feel like every time I've gotten super bearish on Meta, they've surprised me somehow. Like they've found a way to make it work.
Mhm.
I just don't know. I don't think they have I think they would maybe even have to issue debt to do what he wants to do. Because when we're talking, hundreds of billions, if not low trillions of dollars over, 5 to 10 years that they would have to spend to achieve this. So they're spending all of the money that they're making is going to get spent. So it's like, well, what is your investment then? Because you're not making, the company is spending all the money that they're making to develop something that might not work. And if it doesn't
Mhm.
work, then you lost like half a
Uh,
decade or a decade in revenue for
yeah,
nothing.
growth. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
Mhm.
and Meta will, like, they're going to do fine, right? They're underlying, like, from an underlying business standpoint, they're still going to have the revenue streams they have now, but you're not paying for, when you're paying for Meta, you're
Stability.
not paying for what they're doing today. You're
You're paying
paying
for
for what they're
growth.
going to do 10
Yeah,
years from now. So
exactly.
if they can't realize the growth, then you're overpaying right now. You're
Yes.
you're already paying a premium on it, and it's the same for all the hyperscalers. I mean, that's why their stock is expensive, um, because they have the highest probability to succeed in the future. Is the way you should look at it.
Very well said.
But yeah, I'm a little nervous about it, and in the market in general. Like I just like if we go back and look at SPY on a longer time frame, um, just to do a general. I mean, dude, that is such. This thing just looks crazy. Like if you're being honest with yourself,
Yeah.
I'm not a bear. A lot of this is we printed trillions and trillions of dollars, and that money obviously ended up in the stock market. So that's why you see this dramatic like increase. So I'm not that worried about it because that money still has to go somewhere. I think
Mhm.
a lot of it is just going to stay in the stock market anyways. But even on a shorter time frame, if you think about where we had this resistance for what, almost 6 months in late 24 till we had the tariff tantrum. We once we broke out of above that level, we never retested it, which I don't love. Like we got above this like triple top right here,
Uh-huh.
and never once on a daily time frame did we ever come back and retest it as support. If you're gonna do technical analysis voodoo, I think a lot of people would say, I wouldn't be surprised if SPY came back here and turned this previous resistance into support, and that's at $611. And coincidentally, much like Nvidia, who has the 200-day, which is roughly at 150,
Mhm.
SPY has the 200-day, which is also sitting pretty close to this triple top right now. Um, I don't know if you believe in that kind of stuff. I bet if Nvidia fell to 150, SPY would pull back to this level also. because it's so heavily weighted in the index that I could see them falling together to this similar level near their 200-day moving averages. But you would have to have. I don't think Nvidia earnings would do that. I don't
No,
think they're going to report anything that's bad enough for that to happen. I think you need.
I think you need a 2022 event. I don't think there would be any. I don't see a catalyst right now for a market crash like straight down, but I could see maybe the first 6 months of next year is like a consistent drawdown.
Right.
I could see it, like job numbers, especially this next one that's about to come out on what's Friday next? That's 5th, December 5th.
Yeah, the
That's also a
December
pretty
numbers or November numbers. Yeah.
yeah. If that's bad into the rate cut decision,
And then they
also
don't cut.
yeah. Oh my
I
god.
think that would do it. I think that's what you would need. You would need some mixture of the Fed making a mistake and the job market or inflation doing the opposite.
I cannot fathom, like I'm almost about to go on Robinhood and put the no on the we're not gonna cut, because how do you not cut and give, we need to give companies money to give them money to employ people. That is like something that I'm like really really keen on right now. There's there's no incentive to hire. Or more, the incentive to hire will not grow, especially with AI. AI has made its impact. Like people are getting laid off. Like people are just more efficient now. AI is real, but maybe the sort of peak of productivity have happened as people in the professional workplace have like adopted it to their workflow to quote unquote like work less. You know, if you given the opportunity in school and you were given like this magic tool that did everything, you probably use that magic tool. Same thing for work. Um, Companies need excuses to hire
They're just
more, and that means
work,
more
man.
money.
They just give you more work. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like you become more productive, and as soon as they find out that you're more productive, they just give you more things to do.
Hmm.
They'll give, well, I take that back. They'll give fewer people more things to do, and then they'll get rid of people.
Yeah. I think so. I've been like battling with this like idea of struggling between, is it the, whose job is it to make sure that people are employed? Who's,
The Fed,
I say that I want companies to make money so that they can employ people. But if they truly don't need the people, then I shouldn't count on them to hire people. So if I truly think that those jobs have truly been replaced by AI, and giving companies more money wouldn't make them hire more people, or at least not even close to the proportion that they laid off,
I know.
what's the fix? Well, how does employment get back on track? I don't, it's so tough. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you would have to make the environment so easy, like money wise. So like cutting rates super low that companies like it doesn't hurt them to hire more people than they need. I mean, that's kind of what happened in after COVID, right? Companies had all this excess cash, so they hired a bunch of people that they didn't really need, and then in 2022, as soon
Mm,
as things
I
like
remember that. Yeah, wow, that like brought back some memories. Yeah.
and so they started like Meta did all these layoffs, Google did all these layoffs in 22. This was before AI,
Uh
just
huh.
because they had overhired, and then rates went up, and they're like, we're going to offset this increase in rates by just getting rid of this excess headcount because we had this period of super easy monetary policy where it didn't really matter that we had all these extra people, and now it does.
Yeah.
So we're just going to fire all of them. So I guess, I mean, the Fed could probably help a little bit. Like if we did get into a situation where it was super bad, I don't think we're there yet, but we're headed that way because
Hmm.
AI is only going to get better, like you said, and companies aren't going to feel like like why would they hire a person if you can give another person AI and they can do that person's job too? They're not
Right.
going. I mean, in a capitalistic society, that's not going to happen.
Mhm.
They're like a company's job is to make revenue, and more of it over time. And if AI gives them that ability to cut headcount and increase the bottom line, then they're going to do it. Now, there might be some companies who are just altruistic that are like, hey, we're always going to have some people because we believe that, whatever language you want to use, frou.
Uh,
And there'll be some of those, but like it's not going to be everybody. And
no, there's no.
unless the government mandates companies to have to have a certain headcount, which would
And
be
that's my
super like
thing.
not
Exactly.
that would be super unconstitutional.
Correct. It's not good. That would not be good.
And I know we're kind of like joking about it, but I mean there is a reality sometime in the not too distant future where things can get really ugly. Like just from a societal standpoint, because unless there is going to be a UBI to support people who get displaced by AI, like those people are going to get really angry, and you're going to end up with a situation like we have in New York where a socialist gets elected because the majority of people in New York are poor people and they feel under,
Represented. Yeah.
represented. But then you could have that on like a national scale, because what if 50% of the workforce has been displaced by AI? Now half the country doesn't have a job because AI has taken it from them. And we're talking like 50 years in the future, right?
Dude, I
Probably,
don't even think it's 50, bro. I don't even think it's
I'm being
50.
optimistic, man. It probably
Yeah, I know. I know.
because it's accelerating,
Oh.
right? Like
Mhm.
AI will get, I feel like it'll reach a point where it's kind of slowed, and then it'll be like exponentially better, like quickly.
Yeah.
And then
I
when
do
that
see
happens,
people picking up, like rotating into other jobs though, where, middle managers and white collar jobs, maybe people start picking up blue collar jobs.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
there's going to be a need for that. Like I joke with people about like where I live. I'm in like a skill desert, like where there's
what is that?
like skilled manual labor, like plumbing, electricians, like
Oh, that's
builders.
funny.
Like
Uh-huh.
there's just not that many. So when we did our renovation, there was literally one electrician in this area, one, and he is
Damn.
one good one at least that does like the majority of homes around here, and he's 75 years old and is like gonna die probably in the next 5 years.
You're
He
so
has terrible heart disease. Like when he was in our house working, like you could just him walking through the house, he was like I'm like, dude, are you
wow.
okay? Like, are you about to die? And this is the only dude. It's like there's not gonna be anybody. You can move out here, learn to be an electrician, and have a monopoly. And it's not like there's no one out here. There's tens of thousands of homes in my county.
Hmm.
And it's just stuff like that. And plumbers, there's like 3 plumbers. There's 2 AC heating people. Like
Everybody.
these jobs, you have to have these jobs. Like people need heating and air. People need electricity. Um,
Yeah.
like, and there's just no support. So like if you're halfway good and people like you basically have a job that you can do for the rest of your life and make money and be fine. Like you might not be super rich, but you're not ever gonna want for money because you're always gonna have work. Um,
True.
but yeah, I think that's where we're headed. Like skilled labor, like community colleges where you learn like a skill as opposed to just some general degree. Um, like you'll learn a specific skill. The AI hasn't yet been able to replace. I think we're a lot further from robots replacing like those manual labor jobs than we are like general AI replacing like office jobs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, we are just bodies that click the mouse. And if you can automate logic to click the mouse, that's it. Yep. Not great that the guy is 75 with heart disease and still needs to work, though.
Yeah, it's true.
True.
I said maybe he put all his money in TSSI. So he's still
That's
having to work.
funny.
Maybe he's just a really bad investor. But yeah, I don't know. I think that covered What were the stocks that you wanted to talk about? Because I know those are. I mean, we covered Nvidia, TSSI, and
Yeah, Lemonade. I want to bring up Lemonade.
that's right. Here, do you
So
want to try,
Lemonade, I could, I
or
could.
I can just put it on here? I can
Yeah,
pull up
you
the
could
chart.
just honestly just put it on. It's fine.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I want to hear
l-
your bull case for this. Actually.
okay, so
Oh,
Lemonade was free cash flow positive like all of last year. They're not profitable yet. Their margins are getting better, and their loss ratio is shrinking. Loss ratio for insurance companies means like they don't pay out more premium than they collect. Oh, whoa.
no, you're good.
Um, and all of these things combined puts in a really good story for like an AI first company where they don't need to necessarily um they're never going to be laying off people. Like they just hire exactly what they need. They're very lean. And I've been a customer for Lemonade for since 2013. So that's like 12 years.
Damn.
So for their renters insurance, since like 2013, I've been like renting, like from college till now, I've been like renting, and I've always used Lemonade. I figured out just this weekend. Okay, this weekend, I figured out that Lemonade also has car insurance. Lemonade car. Okay, this is about to get nuts because I'm someone you can trust. I'm your friend. You've been on my back before. Okay. So when I tell you
Sure.
this next bit of information, you know it's true. My AAA premium per month that I was paying from my account. So I usually pay it off in full every year, but I need to get reminded to pay it off in full every year. Otherwise, it just starts charging me monthly. So it started to charge me monthly for the last 2 months. 225, 225. That's $225 per month. And then I was about to go in there and pay it off in full. I was like, okay, whatever. But some miracle, I was on X and then I saw someone post about Lemonade car insurance. And I was like, yeah, yo, F it. I was just like, look, I go to Lemonade, I do their quote calculator and everything's like rounding around and I'm putting in my mileage. They only charge you for the miles you drive. They literally put a device in your car and you get
What?
charged by your mileage. So if you don't drive, okay, I barely drive. I have a 2018 car that has just now 60,000 miles on it. I barely drive. So why am I paying $225 a month AAA? Relax. Roadside assistance. Okay, whatever, shut up. And
Yeah.
then I sign up with Lemonade. I cancel my AAA and I have cross coverage. I'm fully on Lemonade now. $52. $52 a month. But
So,
this I'm different though, right? Like
what did you
I don't
pay?
pay.
So, what are you paying monthly still?
Correct. I pay
You been?
monthly.
Have you been 1 month yet with it?
No, but you pay upfront for the sign up for 1 month of what you quote or whatever, and
Uh-huh.
$52 is what I landed on.
Dude.
If I
So
drive more, it's gonna be more expensive.
80% cheaper.
Yeah, because they don't have employees. They are AI
Uh,
first. Claims with insurance has been claims with I've claimed once with Lemonade because something got stolen from my car, and they just pay me right away, just with a chat bot. I didn't chat with a real person. I just said, "Hey, my camera was stolen. It was worth this much." Boom, I got paid out. Last thing, Lemonade, 225 to $52. Um, oh my god, Lemonade. Oh, they have low debt, very low debt. They have tons of cash to cover it.
yeah,
Um,
that's nice looking
their
cash to debt.
price to sales ratio is really high. So for an insurance company, you are paying a premium for an insurance company, and they pay a lot to grow in terms of like marketing. So while they pay a lot to get new customers through the door. What you don't also know is that most of their increase in revenue comes from customers that already exist, aka me. I am the prime number here, where I already existed for renters insurance. I just upgrade to the car insurance that's included,
Right.
and then that's just net income for them. Like there was no, my customer acquisition cost was zero. Does this start to like,
Sounds like Robin Hood.
dude? Yeah. So
Yeah.
there are like pseudo parallel competitors like Root, ROOT, and uh Hippo,
Uh, chat.
HIPO.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might use it for your house. I don't know what homeowners
No,
do, but like,
I don't have them. Yeah.
yeah.
Jeez. Look at
So
this.
Lemonade, I think, is going to be, if you're looking for a company that has a good chance of executing with good numbers. Again, they're not like burning cash. They're free cash flow positive for the entire year, low debt, and it's just a pure AI play. Like their insurance tech, their numbers are very like transparent. There's not like crazy like hiding of like numbers or creative accounting here. They're like, I think loss ratio is a very sexy number to look at because it's very easy to understand. Like, are you paying more premium out than you're, you know, are you receiving more premium than you're paying out? And yeah, I have a position in it. I have 4 cash secured puts on Lemonade, trying to pick it up at $60 or get paid $1,000 for a month. I think it's pretty good. I don't know if I'm a fan of people playing for more gains right now if you are already red. I will say that as my disclaimer. I'm pretty ahead for the year right now. I'm at like 30%, 31% up for the year to date. And so I feel like I still have room and wiggle room to play. But if you're, for example, someone that's like at 13% for the year, or you're red for the year, I probably would not play Lemonade, or I'll just play it later. Right.
Right.
This play is more for people that are doing well already and that just want like a better than 50% chance of
Right.
winning.
I
This
mean, it's
isn't
up
the answer to
already
come back.
off this floor, the base coming out of the bear market. It's up 277%.
And this is
Not bad.
the thing that got me in is like, I saw the real numbers, right? I went from 225 to 52, and people are going to be trying to save money. I think that there's going to be some natural moving down. I'm like debating on whether or not I should just make a YouTube video about it because I feel like it would take off. Like Lemonade shares it, people share, FinTwit shares it on Twitter, and it's real. Like you can cancel AAA right now over the phone, and it takes like 5 minutes, and then you just sign up for Lemonade, and you just get covered the same day, and you're good. It's I don't know. I feel like I just saw the Matrix when I did the entire thing. So I'm now saving $150 a month, which is a lot for
Dude,
me
that
because I
is
don't have an income.
for
Yeah,
what if, hear me out, what if
go.
Lemonade is here right now?
Don't do that to me. Don't give me the hope.
What if this is the pull? It's getting ready to do this pullback, and it's going to be the one before it just does this like Robin Hood did to Lemonade.
It's there's just no way. I don't see it going anywhere close to Robinhood. Kind of like how Oscar Health was supposed to be the uh the
Yeah,
insurance of
Oscar.
this.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be great, man. It was supposed to be great, but they kind of flubbed it. They withdrew out of California. I did a lot of due diligence on this, dude.
there's your quad top right there, babe. Please stop shorting the stock. This bear was right.
Dude, I there's this like idea from the Republican Party about like, let's give power to the people of like managing their healthcare through HSA accounts. And if you pay for healthcare providers with your HSA, it makes healthcare providers bring their costs lower because no dude is gonna go to a checkup and pay $1,000. Dude, I'll give you like $80 max. Just take out my blood, check it for me.
Right.
And it helps regulate the market. But other parties are saying like, oh, what if they lose all their money in their HSA by investing into TSSI? and then now you don't have any money for healthcare.
Right.
It, oh man, but Oscar is like kind of in the middle, kind of. Yeah, there's
Dude,
just there's so much.
I just don't want to be in, and dude, I work in pharma. Like I work in biotech. I work with biotech companies, and my wife is in healthcare. Because she's a physician's assistant at a hospital. I don't, under the Trump administration, I don't want to be anywhere near pharma and healthcare.
Yeah,
It's because they're doing is like from a policy standpoint is like for pharma specifically, it's like bringing prices down, forcing companies to build manufacturing in the United States, which means they have to take money to do that, which is going to hurt their bottom line. And if the alternative for farmers, if you don't manufacture in the U.S., you get hit with this huge tariff for the manufacturing that you're doing outside of the U.S. And then for healthcare, I mean, they're doing everything they can. I feel like to like what they're doing policy wise is not helping healthcare or pharma companies. The exception is Lilly.
Oh, dude, Lilly's
the only one.
Crazy.
It's just the weight loss is the only reason. It's holding them up.
How come Novo doesn't benefit nearly as much
Because
or any at all?
they're not a U.S. company. So all
Oh,
the tariff stuff is hitting them hardest. One.
oh, okay.
And two,
GLP-1 belongs to who?
well, GLP-1 is just the class of drugs. They each have their own version.
Oh, okay.
And Lilly's is slightly better, but Novo's is cheaper to make. So, like, if you're just looking at it from like a financial standpoint, there really isn't that much difference. It's just Lilly has other things like a bigger pipeline with more stuff in it too. Like they have an Alzheimer's drug and this other stuff that is like they're trying to get approved that'll make a lot of money. But mainly it's the weight loss drugs. Novo also had the stuff with Hims, right? Where they partnered with Hims and then
they took it back, right?
they were
Do you
going to
remember
do a
that?
lawsuit.
Yeah.
Dude, look at this chart. This is insane. I want to buy it, but I can't with Trump in office. I just can't do it because they're gonna keep getting smashed until the policy changes, and they're losing market share to Lilly. Like if we go and look at, we can look at Novo's revenue. I mean, fundamentally, the company's great. They make tons of money. They're profitable. They have like look at their PE is 13 right now. Fucking 13. Their forward PE is 12 and a half. Their price to free cash flow is 22 times. Like return on invested capital is almost 60%. Their gross margins are 82%. Like if you looked at this just on paper, you'd be like, why? Well, this is why. See, this is not good for long-term growth. So their Ozempic revenue is declining. And a lot of that is to do with Lilly. So more people are buying Mounjaro, which is Lilly's weight loss drug, and now they're taking a hit. So not only are they taking a hit from a regulatory standpoint, they're also losing market share for their most profitable product. That's why it's trading at such a discount. Look, revenue is also, it's not just the weight loss. Their total revenue, it looks like it's peaked and now it's declining. Same with net income, peak, decline. Their debt situation is not great.
Oh my God.
They're one of the companies who's having to build or buy pharma in the US to get the tariffs reduced. But yeah, it's not, they're trending in the wrong direction. That's why the stock is not, even though they still make lots of money. I mean, they're still making, what did they make last quarter? Because this quarterly, right? Yeah. Their net income was still $3 billion last quarter. Or no, their net income after expenses and everything was still $3 billion last quarter. It's just the market is not pricing them like on a forward-looking basis. They're getting a discount. They don't think they're gonna keep like a positive trend in revenue going. They think they're going to decline. That's why nobody's buying it.
Yeah.
It's still a good
Damn.
company, but
It is. I mean, any company that could generate that amount of income on top of everything, that's amazing. But yeah, the sentiment and the potential peak, that's a lot. It's a lot to handle or price and growth, especially if you're trying to get out of your most profitable positions and you're trying to look for an indicator on when to exit your green position. Yeah, you're gonna look for that.
yeah, I mean, it's just the market is. It's just we can beat a dead horse with it, but the market is forward looking. So anyone that's just looking at the PE and the numbers today, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that the reason it's down is not because of how they're doing right now. It's down because the market doesn't think they're going to be doing better in the future.
Correct. That's
And that
I mean,
Lilly is the polar opposite. Lilly really isn't like if you just looked at their numbers right now, they're not doing that much better than Novo. But the market thinks that in the future they're going to do way better. So they're getting priced that way. But Lemonade, dude, that's interesting. I'll have to look at that because I mean I don't know if they do North Carolina, right? Because do you know if they're available here? I have to look.
they're not in. Yeah, they're definitely not everywhere.
Yeah.
But if you don't drive that much, dude, I think you can
That's
save a
another
lot of
good
money.
thing too to be bullish, right? Because if they expand their market to other
Yeah.
states, then they should be able to make money.
The fact that they're in California is crazy. I mean, I would just imagine that it's hard to win here because that's why Oscar pulled out of cover California is that their loss ratio was above 100%. There's too many people making
Well,
claims
healthcare
here.
is probably harder than car and home insurance, I would think. I mean, although in California y'all have the fires and
Yes.
everything else, so that could really kill you. That's the one thing
Yeah.
I'd be concerned about.
Yeah, it's definitely a risk.
Mm-hmm. You get one big event like we had 2 years ago, and
the Palisades
cripple an insurance company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget who it was. There was one major insurer in California when that happened. I was trying to buy puts on. It sounds terrible, but it was like the thesis was, if I remember, I could probably go back and look in Trade Otter or Theta Gang, and it's probably in there. I was like, yeah, they're gonna sell off because they're gonna lose. Like it was something crazy. Like it would take them 4 quarters or something to get the money back that they lost from claims, and it was like a year of just dead money for that company.
Oh my god!
I think it was them, and I tried to short. What's the gas company out there that they blame the fires on? The electrical company,
PG&E.
Yeah.
Are they still around, or is that still like?
I think they are.
Yeah.
What is it? Just PG, and that's Procter Gamble.
PGE.
PGE. Yeah, PG, PG&E. Is that right? PCG is what it is, I think.
Oh yeah, their website is pge.com, but yeah, they're
So yeah, this is it. PCG. Yeah, they're still around.
Holy moly!
Yeah, but they're not doing great. They are. Let's do like the all-time chart on these guys. Yeah, so
what one fire could do.
An all-time low. Is this when we had it? Yeah. What happened in California in 2017? Was it? Yeah, something bad.
It could have been the hillside fires. 2007. Yeah, that's definitely. That's down here. That happened down here. I'm pretty sure. The fires in. I remember there being a really large fire on the 57. For those that are in like the Los Angeles area, you guys know what I'm talking about. I think it was that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it happened again. It looks like in 18. There's another massive like.
It was like back to back. One happened in the Palisades where the rich houses were, and the other one happened like more like just in the valleys.
It's like every year, and then 19 in the summer again.
You know, I've heard that poly market enables really bad behavior. So if you make a bet that there will be a fire in California and you know, I'm not gonna try and say too much here so I don't get in legal trouble.
Yeah.
But poly market and all these prediction markets enable really bad behavior, and we see some of that with that green toy on the WNBA. You know, being thrown on the court. It just enables people.
Yeah.
If you can make money,
The WNBA one, yeah, that was honestly, it probably got the WNBA more views than they've
okay.
had.
I didn't want to say it. You said it. Just for the FinTwit enjoyers. You know,
Yeah,
Josh said it. I didn't say it. I didn't
you
say
can
it.
come after me for that one. Yeah. Is there? I'm trying to think. I guess we probably do need to talk about our trades.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
For one last thing, we'll go over the 5K challenge. So the only thing that I have done was the Amazon trade,
Mm-hmm.
which like all
Which
of
you
this
killed it.
the entire gain is that one trade.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even remember what the if I can open it. It was just that they were to. I think I bought in at like 219 when we had that dip right before earnings, and it was just an AI. Some of the AI people had already reported, and I was like, this is like from an AI standpoint, I know they're going to reaffirm guidance,
Mm-hmm.
but probably give like a good painted picture for how AI is going for them. And then AWS, um, it was basically will they have 40% margins, and they did again this quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That was really the thesis was AWS would do well, and then because of everyone that had already reported to that point, I knew AI was going to be fine for them. Um, I think a lot of people used to worry about the retail trade for them, but this Amazon is like they're like Tesla in that yes, they have a retail business, but that's not why people give them any forward growth. Like it has nothing to do with Amazon, like the storefront anymore. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
cares about that. And the same with Tesla.
Right.
You don't buy Tesla stock because of how their car sales are going.
Right.
Don't buy Amazon because of how many things they sold on the marketplace. So I really wasn't worried about that at all. It was really just not Azure, AWS growth and AI narrative, and it was good
Nice.
then. Like a couple of weeks ago, like everything was fine. We were still making all-time highs in SPY, and
Uh-huh.
I feel like if Amazon reported this week, things would be very different. Like
Yeah.
with how it was responding, like the response in Amazon has tanked since then too. Like I sold this the morning after earnings, like as soon as the bell hit. And it is back to where I sold it.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Actually, below where I sold it because here's the
Uh-huh.
day. This is a weekly chart. This is where they reported, and then they did the open AI deal, and it went all the way to 260 almost, and then it crashed back down. All right,
You
so
see all
your
those.
trades,
Yeah.
you've had a couple pretty good ones up until recently.
Yeah, so I was in Italy on my honeymoon, and we would catch breaks for whenever the market opened. I think the market opened like when it was like 10 a.m. there. It was just really nice, or 2 p.m. And I'd just grab an espresso with my wife, and I'd be smoking a cigarette, and I'm like trading Robinhood on my phone. It was like amazing. Um, at that time, I was short quantum, or not short quantum. I had puts on quantum, and those paid out multiple times. And you can go to the challenge screen and just go to the close tab.
Challenge.
The hashtag, yeah, and then closed, yeah, and then just scroll down. And I had some Robinhood long calls that I won on too. But the long puts from RGTI were probably was probably my favorite trade. But Robinhood and RGTI was what I won on. And then I came back from my honeymoon and I tried to make 3 trades work. And I thought I was being creative, bro. I thought I could do it. And I just lost on my last 3. But I think what's really important though is like if you keep scrolling up, showing my 3 losses. What's important when you're doing this type of trading, because you and I are are trying to give our perspective on trading a 5K account, you know? So like what I think is important is making your losses small. Like you can't let a loss get too big. That's from my perspective. You've had a pretty large drawdown already, but your your average return on stuff that you hit is just it's immense. Like I understand why the stuff that you do. For me personally, I don't think I'm ever capable of actually having like going as far out the money as you. So if people are trying to sort of not necessarily replicate, but get inspiration of how I trade the 5K account, I'm closer to the money than Josh most of the time, and lower quantity and just like lower capital at risk. And I also take my losses more frequently. You know, maybe Josh has more conviction when he first goes in. That's why he goes further out the money and at a higher quantity. I have, I don't have the conviction or the timing that Josh does, and so I think that what works for me is just being really cognizant of like being okay with, hey, if this trade doesn't work from the very beginning, it's cool because like for a 5K account, the account going up like $500 is a 10% move. That's huge. So you have to really start putting into context percentages and just be mindful to not let your small losers get big. And I think that's the trick to making a 5K account successful from my point of view. What
Yeah,
about you? Any tips
that's
from your perspective?
yeah. I mean, so my first big drawdown, what usually happens with me is I kind of take the same approach as you until I get to like a certain. So for the challenge, right? I was up 100%. So like,
Uh-huh.
I'm terrible about this. If I have a couple of good trades in a row and I'm up a lot, I feel like I have more leeway to be more aggressive because if I do have a drawdown, then I'm just kind of back to where I started, right? Which
Yeah.
is not a great mindset for
It's
long
retail thinking.
trade.
Sometimes it really pays off. Like this is the level of thinking that gets you the large gains. It really is. This isn't like portfolio management 101. This is 5K challenge account 101.
So I might let something go longer than I should.
Mm-hmm.
I might get more aggressive with, like you said, like further out of the money, shorter dated, instead of giving myself like a month.
True.
You see TSSI here, I almost gave myself 2 months. But then the Amazon trade, I mean, I still did 3 weeks out, but it was an earnings trade. Like it was a either it works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
Binary trade. Um, but my usually it's if I can get things going like and I'm up, I will take more risk because I have a buffer. Now, if I am, and you just have to be cognizant of where you are in your portfolio. Like if I give all of that back, then I become more conservative again just because I have to build up the equity again to give myself another chance to be more aggressive. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you've already eaten, like I lost 24K on TSSI in my brokerage account this past week. I'm not going to run out and do another crazy trade. And like, you need to have some self awareness that like something bad has just happened. You need to pull it back and be a little more
Yeah.
conservative for a while.
Don't revenge trade.
Right. Do not
Right.
revenge trade. I've done that before, and it can get
Yeah.
ugly
Same
really
here. Same
fast.
here.
Um,
Yeah. Been
and
there
that's why I haven't
before.
made any trades. Like I've just not traded. So I'm waiting for because that's the other thing. People think they have to trade every day. You don't.
Correct.
Every year there's going to be like 10 crazy good opportunities in the market at least. And 2 or 3 of those are just going to be obvious. If you look at this market every day and you follow certain stocks like closely, you're going to get setups that are just like in your face, obvious, like you should play it. And if you
Mm-hmm.
didn't do anything else in the year except those trades, you probably don't need to do anything else. Like honestly, like you don't have
Yeah.
to trade every day, because if you do trade every day, you're going to feel like you have to try and make money, and that's where you get
100%.
right. So that's
Especially
my takeaway.
yeah, especially right now with volatility sort of increasing while the macro market goes down, is like if you're on the buy side, honestly, gonna be real. If you're on any side, if you are making a trade right now, you are so subject to getting chopped up, and
Oh
that
yeah,
means like even if you're selling a put, you're gonna get chopped up, and not in a good way. Volatility spiking makes your CSP harder to win on. And if in case if like you're trying to buy puts on the way down right now, the market's, by the way, tanking right now. Um, it, you're just playing with so much against you that yeah, there is some merit to just not playing at all. Like if you feel comfortable with your long positions and you're doing pretty well for the year, you could close shop. You could just
Right.
wait for like something that's like very obvious instead of trying to play the chop. Like right now, I'm continuing to try to play the chop. We'll see how this goes. But
And I
yeah,
think
I'd have to agree with you.
I'm more in the sit tight camp right now. Like
Yeah.
and you heard my thesis when you've asked me about certain stocks earlier in our show. Like you can tell I don't feel super comfortable about outside of hood, just long term. And
Yeah.
then like general like 401k long term, like 20, 30 years, I don't really care what's happening today. But for just general trading, day trading, or like short term options trading, this is a really hard market right now to guess direction on. And
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it. We've had days where we were up 3% and then down 2%. And then the next day we opened up down another 1%, but then we closed. Like Friday, for example, we opened 1% down on the SPY. We got as high as almost 1% up the same day, and we finished flat.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost three. Like if you timed every intraday move right, that's 3% worth of moves on SPY intraday, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Like we are in a super choppy market that is scared because they don't know what the jobs data is and they don't know what the Fed is going to do. And like there's nothing wrong with just waiting until we know those things in mid-December,
Mm-hmm.
then participating in an end of year rally if we get one. Yeah, you'll probably miss like the first 5 or 6% on some trade because you
Yeah.
waited. But if things do go bad, like we said earlier, and the jobs comes out bad, and the Fed decides they're just not going to cut anyways, the market will absolutely tank into the end of the year because of that.
I agree. And to close things off because I have to get
Like,
going. Yeah, I think right now we're looking at like a, a triple threat that we need to get through: Nvidia earnings, into unemployment, into the rate cut. Those are the last three events that I see us needing to like hurdle over. I don't see anything else. If we get a green light on all three, 2026 is about to be amazing with Bitcoin rebounding, crypto rebound in general, equities rebounding, AI narrative becomes positive again. But any of these three missing is, I feel like it's an uphill battle. Like why trade until those three are done? Because up until that point, after that, then you're in the clear. You know that you're good to go, but deciding to play through all three of those events is really signing yourself up for a bad time, especially if you don't know what you're doing. I feel really bad for beginners joining now. Like when they see like, oh, the stock market has been going down. Maybe this is the time I should start learning and getting into it. Dude, this is like the most difficult time to learn. I've always said that the best time to learn is the most stereotypical time, and that's when the stock market's going up. It's the
right.
easiest to guess the direction. You don't get tricked into being a bear. You just stay bullish. You learn to be bullish, and yeah, it's not fun for beginners right now, I'm sure. Closing thoughts?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's just not a good time. Like long term, like if you want to buy something that you're going to hold for 20 years, sure. But like
Yeah.
for this is for our 5K accounts really, and it's like we're
Right.
trading, so we want to have good setups, and it's just not a good setup heading into
Yeah.
a lot of unknowns. So
I
I
think
think
that says
it's
a lot that you and I both don't have open positions right now in the 5K challenge link.
I think we're just going to have better chances, opportunities,
Same.
in a right. And if we do get the clarity that you just mentioned, I think we'll have the last 2 weeks into the end of the year and beginning of January, we can get a huge rally. And I'd rather
Mhm.
wait for that to start and then buy into it than try to
Yeah.
guess that I'm going to be right ahead of it happening and then
Right. That's
having
happened
another
before.
50% drawdown.
Yeah, that's happened before in 2018. That's when I first started trading options. I like joined right after this huge crash. Like
Yeah.
it was huge. And then like last week and a half of December, that was when I really learned what Santa Rally was. It was immense. It can happen. The market could tank all the way up until Christmas, and then after Christmas, even, yeah, it can flip. So we just have to be mindful of both sides happening.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Well, how much time did we put in today? Damn, hour and 40 minutes. Be solid.
We do this for free? That's nuts.
For love of the game, man.
Yeah.
Because that's ultimately kind of what it is. It's a game.
Yeah. Okay. So I will see you next Monday.
Yes.
9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Take it easy, man.
Have a good rest of your day. Yeah.
Yes, sir. See you, everyone.
Peace. Bye.